For the 2023 NASCAR Cup Series season, Michael McDowell spent a good portion of it as a playoff contender. Through the first 22 races with Front Row Motorsports, McDowell had finished in the top 10 5 times, with a best finish of 4th at Atlanta. Then, at Indianapolis, the 23rd race, McDowell qualified in 4th place and got the lead on lap 6, before going on to win Stage 1. From there, McDowell dominated by leading for 54 of 82 laps. He held off a late challenge from Chase Elliott to get his second Cup Series win, after having already won the 2021 Daytona 500. Needless to say, McDowell's 2023 season was a far cry from his 2008 Cup Series season, his rookie season. That is what we'll be looking at. First, here is some background. McDowell was on the path to going to the IndyCar Series. In 2004, he won the USF Pro 2000 Championship in a season where McDowell won 7 of 9 races for Drive for USA.
Coming up to the carousel for the final time, it will be Mike McDowell's day. Check it out. 2 races, 2 different winners, but both from the same stable. Star Race Cars, a perfect start to the year. And Mike McDowell picks up his first win of 2004.
The following year, McDowell started a pair of IndyCar races for Rocket Sports Racing, finishing 12th at Surfers Paradise and 11th at Mexico City.
McDowell getting some valuable experience in the 31 car. This is good a run as we've seen from that team in quite some time, and he now will go by Philippe. So Philippe may be encountering some difficulty here late in the race with 13 to go at Surfers Paradise.
Yeah, lost a wing earlier in an incident with Ronnie Bremer, so that's how he got a lap down. But McDowell is one of our rookies that we wanted to watch what the physical effort is going to take to run at these type of speeds. Late in this race, he is still head down, hanging on.
McDowell mostly competed in the IMSA Sports Car Championship in 2005 and 2006. Driving for Findlay Motorsports, he and co-driver Memo Gedley won the season finale at Mexico City in 2005. In 2007, McDowell transitioned to stock car racing. That year, he competed full-time in the ARCA Racing Series with Eddie Sharp Racing. In the first dozen races, McDowell had 7 top 10 finishes and 4 pole positions. At Kentucky, the 13th race, he led for 68 of 100 laps and got his first professional stock car race win.
White flag comes out. Patrick Donahue on top of the pit box puts his arms up, his hands on his head, and he says, come on, just a mile and a half to go. We can get this win. Down the back stretch he goes. A strong performance. He's been out in front 3 different times during this race. Again, he started in the 2nd position. This just his 18th start in the ARCA Remax Series. As he comes on the front stretch, Michael McDowell gets the checkered flag and wins the Kentucky 150.
What a nice job on Michael McDowell. He's done a nice job all year long and finally puts it together with his big win here.
For the 2007 ARCA season, McDowell got 3 additional wins at Pocono, Chicagoland, and Toledo, and finished 2nd in the championship. In 2007, McDowell also appeared in NASCAR in the Truck Series with Darrell Waltrip Motorsports at Martinsville, and in the Sportsman Series with Michael Waltrip Racing in 3 events. At his Truck Series race, McDowell retired with crash damage after 183 laps and finished 30th. As for the Sportsman Series, McDowell showed well there. In Texas, McDowell started 17th and finished 20th. He improved this result at Phoenix by finishing 14th. Unfortunately, transmission issues caused McDowell to retire from the Homestead season finale, causing him to finish 32nd. In January 2008, it was announced that McDowell would be competing in the Cup Series that year as a rookie. The plan was for Dale Jarrett to do the first 5 races and Michael Waltrip's number 44 entry, then retire. David Rudiman would then replace Jarrett, and McDowell would take over the number 00 Waltrip entry from Rudiman. Prior to making his Cup Series debut at Martinsville, McDowell would do an additional Sportsman Series race, Daytona in 2008. In that race, McDowell started 21st and finished in 27th place, 1 lap down. The fact that McDowell would be doing his rookie Cup Series season with just a full season of ARCA and a combined 5 NASCAR National Series races as his professional stock car experience, while coming from a background in road racing in both Formula cars and sports cars, meant that McDowell's rookie season would be strange. McDowell's season debut would come at Martinsville. where he started in 34th place, but drove a clean race to finish 26th. During qualifying for Texas, the next race, McDowell had probably the most notable moment of his Rookie Cup Series season.
This car is locked into the show.
It just walked up the hill big time. It bottomed out. That thing did a little turkey walk right up the track.
Now, this car is locked into the show based on where David Rudiman brought it in the point standings prior to Rudiman getting out of this car, moving into the 44 to replace the now retired Dale Jarrett in the UPS car. There was some talk of whether the team could switch points.
Whoa, guys, whoa. Oh, no. Oh, my gosh. I have never seen anything like that in my life.
He hit that wall a ton.
Oh, my gosh.
Michael's moving around in the car.
After losing control in turn 1, McDowell went up and hit the outside wall nearly head-on and then flipped several times. The speed McDowell posted on his first lap was good enough to get him 40th place on the starting grid. McDowell had a relatively quiet event in his backup car and would finish 7 laps down in 33rd. Talladega would be the best race of McDowell's fledgling Cup Series career to that point. There, he started in 24th place and was challenging to finish in the top 20 for the first time, only to spin just before the last lap started. However, McDowell did avoid a large crash on the last lap and finished 26th, although this would be McDowell's first lead lap finish in the series. At Richmond, McDowell had his first Cup Series retirement. On lap 230, he was collected in a large crash that started when Dave Blaney and J.J. Yaley made contact on the back straightaway. 31 laps later, in turn 3, A.J. Allmendinger lost control under McDowell, causing both drivers to crash out and not continue in the race. McDowell would get his best start of the season at the Southern 500, the race after Richmond, where he qualified in 18th place. In his first Darlington race, McDowell finished in 26th, 3 laps down. He followed this with his first World 600. Unfortunately, on lap 194, McDowell spun out but managed to continue and finish 32nd. McDowell then led his first Cup Series lap at Dover by avoiding a multi-car crash on lap 18 and subsequently not making a pit stop when the leaders did on lap 24. Ultimately, he finished 7 laps down in 26th place. McDowell would get his first chance to apply his road racing background in the Cup Series when they went to Sonoma. After starting 34th, McDowell got his second lead lap finish of the season by finishing in 21st place. McDowell's second retirement of the season would come at New Hampshire, where he had an engine failure with 209 laps completed. Following the Firecracker 400 was a halfway point of the season. To that point, McDowell had started 13 races, finished on the lead lap in 3 of them, had just 1 top 20 start, a best finish of 21st at Sonoma, and just 2 finishes in the top 25. McDowell then led his second lap of the season at the Brickyard 400 by not making a pit stop on lap 83, as the leaders did under caution. By finishing 34th on the lead lap, McDowell started a 3-race streak of lead lap finishes by also finishing in 24th place at Pocono and 25th at Watkins Glen. Unfortunately, the number 00 entry fell out of the top 35 in owner's points, meaning it would not have a guaranteed qualification unless it got back above the cutoff line. As a result, 1995 Truck Series champion Mike Skinner was brought in to replace McDowell for the following 3 races, with the intention being for McDowell to return at Richmond. In his 3 races as McDowell's replacement, Skinner had a best finish of 28th place at Bristol. When McDowell returned at Richmond, he had his best race of the season. When the race went under caution on lap 242 for Kyle Busch spinning, McDowell and teammates Rudiman and Waltrip would not make pit stops and gain track position.
While we got the chance, let's talk about that. Michael Waltrip has all 3 of his cars in the top 5. Well, not that we've been able to say that very much, but they're all running well here today. And even though they stayed out, and that's how they got here, they're still able to hold on. They have run well, put themselves in a position to take advantage of this. Jamie?
Well, guys, Michael McDowell, the top-running rookie right now, they stayed out, obviously, on that last stop. They worked their way up to 5th. Now, this is the first time he's been back in this car for the last 3 weeks. Remember, Mike Skinner got behind the wheel, tried to gain some points in the owner's run. They're 37th in owner points right now. But, guys, I think Michael McDowell doing a pretty darn good job. What do you think for his second start here?
Yeah, good job. Yeah, battling the balls there, too. Absolutely. Right
right now, the double zero would be 33rd in owner points, but by virtue of where they're running on the racetrack, and I guess that's how you impress the boss. You just blow right by.
That's the best way. He got a good seat for it.
Dave, what's this?
While running towards the front of the field, McDowell not only managed to stay up there, but also get past his boss. On lap 231, McDowell was still running in 6th place. After the caution came out again for Brian Becker's crashing on lap 297, McDowell got back on the pit stop sequence with most other drivers and ultimately finished 20th. He would follow this up by finishing 27th at New Hampshire, 1 lap down after leading for 1 lap, and 29th at Dover, 3 laps down. Unfortunately, McDowell's rookie season came to a premature end as he got released from Waltrip after failing to qualify at Kansas. In all, in 2008, McDowell started 20 races, failed to qualify for 1 race, had just 1 top 20 start, 18th at Darlington, a best finish of 20th at Richmond, and 8 lead lap finishes. Simply put, it was a bad season for McDowell. However, he remained persistent. For 2009, McDowell drove for JTG Doherty Racing in the Sportsman Series. Through the first 17 races, they finished in the top 10 3 times, headed by 6th place at Las Vegas.
Well, Michael McDowell's going to lead his first lap ever in the Nationwide Series with 36 to go, and so far he's holding on, but he's got Kyle Busch, Brad Keselowski, Joey Logano, and David Reagan trying to breathe down his neck.
Following sponsorship issues for the team, McDowell split from them, except for a brief return at Kansas. McDowell spent the remainder of the season with McDonald Motorsports and Whitney Motorsports. With the latter team, he finished 8th at Iowa and 10th at Bristol. McDowell finished in 13th place in the championship, despite missing the Homestead season finale. From 2010 to 2016, most of McDowell's NASCAR success was in the Sportsman Series, where he competed part-time in this period, besides doing the full 2010 season for McDonald. He would get his long-awaited first win at Road America in 2016, driving for Richard Childress Racing.
That is 14 there. Will McDowell hit it well? He does. He's not going to get him. Michael McDowell, a bridesmaid so many times, will be the winner today at Road America.
In the same period, McDowell remained in the Cup Series, where he raced part-time for various lower-budget teams. This would include finishing in 9th place at the 2013 Daytona 500 for Phil Parsons Racing. In 2017, with Levine Family Racing, McDowell got his first full Cup Series season. That year, he got a best finish of 4th at the Firecracker 400. The following year, McDowell joined Front Row Motorsports, and the combination increased in competitiveness before winning in 2021. In 2023, Michael McDowell scored a dominating win in the NASCAR Cup Series. 15 years earlier, he was a rushed prospect that had a strange rookie season.